about to start. We're about to start. We are about to start. We are about to start. Thank you for your sintonia here today. We're going to continue doing these lives on a daily basis, at least on the weekdays when I am able to do this. So if we can continue doing this, then that would be great. It'd be great for everybody, I'm sure. So, yeah. To say the least, to say the least. All right, let's go ahead and fire up TikTok as well. All right. Thank you again for your sintonia right here. Instagram, thank you for coming in online. We're about to start soon. It always takes about a minute to get everything organized here. Quarterfinal bundle. I just say new FIFA Collect drop. How was anyone watch the Arsenal PSG game? Let me know what your thoughts were on that. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts on that. I didn't get to see it because I was coaching my boys yesterday. So yeah. Sorry, it's taking a little extra second here to get TikTok going. Maybe I should have gotten TikTok going first. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. Instead, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll get TikTok going, rolling first before joining y'all here. So that way you don't think I'm like wasting your time or anything like that. But of course I'm not. Here we go. We're live. Not yet. Hold on, give me a second. Wrong page. Man, we got to get all these pages all set up and organized. All right. This is an operation that is in progress. Here we go. All right. Thank you. Dímelo mi gente. Travel football fan here, helping fans save money and travel the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Thank you for your sintonia. You tuning in today. We do have a new FIFA Collect drop pack. I want to review this pack right here. Okay. TikTok, thank you for joining in. We are live streaming through YouTube, of course. Go ahead and join me there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Keep watching them videos. Yesterday, we had our most successful YouTube live stream yet. Almost 100 hours watched yesterday on the live stream. That was super fantastic. I think I could go for an hour today, maybe slightly less, because I do got to get ready for practice. We got tryouts going on for our boys today. So, it's not going to be as easy to, be able to go over 1 hour for sure, but definitely an hour time here. But most successful live stream yesterday. We had a lot of people, a lot of interest on those hospitality packages for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. But a lot of you also said, hey, yo, those prices are too high. So, absolutely, go figure. If you're following me, or rather watching me on Instagram or TikTok, tap the screen in front of you. Let's get those likes going and share the lives, okay? Especially TikTok. I've been shadow banned on TikTok. I'm going to post a whole bunch of videos tomorrow to get the new month started. Hopefully get the monetization train on, really going again, because I didn't even crack $70 in April. So go figure. Really, really, really bad. YouTube, we are not monetized yet, but we are about 800 hours away from at least the first category of monetization, okay, which would be the 3,000 hours. And so if we have as successful days as yesterday, where we hit 100 watch hours yesterday, for the next nine weekdays, we'll get to 3,000 quick, and then the gold standard would be the 4,000 hours, okay? It would be the 4,000 hours. Is it just me or your voice has a weird echo? I don't think so. I mean, I have my mic right here, and I do have the mic set up here as the wireless one. So maybe if I put this a little bit closer yet. Am I giving out any World Cup tickets? No, fam. I'm not rich. I am selling travel packages with Absolute Sport or through Absolute Sport for the World Cup, which would include a ticket. But no. Not giving away tickets, fam. I'm not that rich. Well, look what's happening right now with the overload schedule. Real Madrid now has many injuries, and the race starters won't be at the Club World Cup. Rudiger just got surgery yesterday. I mean, we knew that the Club World Cup was going to be very controversial for that reason, right? The schedule overload is so insane that a lot of fans were doing better. That's better? Okay, cool. A lot of fans were super concerned about all of these injuries that would afflict all these teams as they got ready for the Club World Cup. And look, Real Madrid, again, this is why the pricing for those games is so bad. Because now Real Madrid is going to be saying, you know what, we're going to cut our losses. We're just going to send the B squad. And they're under no obligation whatsoever to send the A-list players. They have no obligation whatsoever. What's FIFA going to do? Not give them more money? They got money. They don't need any more money. Absolutely not. So yeah. All right, but before we go into the rabbit hole that is Real Madrid, all right, Hala Madrid to all my Real Madrid fans out there. All right, let's go ahead and review this pack for today. So FIFA Collect has dropped yet another pack. Okay, you might have gotten the email on it. Okay, it is a surprise quarterfinal glory bundle for $899. So if you're gonna walk away from this live because it's $899, may I ask for you to just stick around? We might have some fun with at least criticizing the pack itself, because yes, $900, it's already probably have raised your eyebrow, probably might have just convinced you, you know what, this pack is totally not for me, travel football fan. You're coming on a live and telling me that there's a pack for $900. That's not helpful to my bank account, and I agree. On an unrelated note, the Atlanta City Knockout Glory Bundle is still available for $479. We did talk about Atlanta. Not the strongest games for the Club World Cup, okay? You had Inter Miami versus Porto. That's a decent game. And then the Manchester City versus Al Ain. Meh. Really, I mean, that's going to be Manchester City win. I mean, are we honest here? Are we really serious now? But you do get those two right to buys for two games of the, I believe was the knockout rounds. Yes, the knockout stage, round 32, round 16 in Atlanta. So if you're in Atlanta, you were not planning to travel for the World Cup, and you were just going to stay in Atlanta, this pack, the Atlanta Knockout City Glory Bundle, is still available. It might make sense for you. You just got to make sure you go to the Club World Cup games, because it would make no sense for you to miss those games. But that's still available for you. All other Knockout City Glory Bundle packs are sold. Before we dive into the quarterfinal, let me give another quick update. This right to the final, because someone on the TikTok, mentioned it here. And before I go into that, are they getting desperate? Yes, FIFA is getting desperate. Okay, I am saying this at the risk of them never hiring me to promote anything for theirs in my life. But yes, FIFA's getting desperate. I wish FIFA would have listened to me before. Not that they asked, but if they would have wanted a humble opinion of mine, I would have told them, yo, just reduce the prices. You would have sold out all the games just fine. Okay? So before we review the actual quarterfinal city bundle pack that was dropped, quickly update on the right to the final. Apparently, Argentina's and Spain's, got sold out. I cannot believe people bought this pack for $1,500, which would get them the following. It would get them 3 tickets to selected Club World Cup games and 1 right to buy to the final if their team made the final. So I just can't believe people bought the Argentina and Spain one. I feel like they're just making that sold out thing up. So yeah, I personally cannot believe it. Okay, I personally cannot believe that those packs were sold out. But as I reviewed this pack before, do not buy this pack at all. It is a massive gamble, to say the least. One that you really, you should not concern yourself over with. Okay, even if you are a diehard supporter of Argentina, even if you really truly believe that Argentina is going to make the World Cup final again in 2026, it is just simply not a good pack. Okay. You might as well use that money as your first payment towards a travel package with Absolute Sport, which I am a partner with. And then, if you just want to go to the final, we have travel packages available for the final. So if you're interested in those packages, not only for the final, a semifinal, final package, the inaugural game, or the Follow Mexico series, you can contact me afterwards. Go ahead and DM me, and then go from there. I look, man. I agree. FIFA. I don't know why FIFA is doing this. Quickly for the Champions League game save, Barca or Inter. Inter. I want French wine and I want an Italian pasta. I want my carbonara. Actually, no, Milan carbonara is more Rome. Whatever the Italian main dish is in Milan, I want my French wine. I want my pasta dish. I want France versus Italy in the Champions League final. I want PSG Inter in the final. I am tired of this Barcelona team. Everyone was crying about them for so long. Blah blah blah. They didn't have money. Well, y'all shouldn't have spent all your money. All right, I'm gonna be a hater today. Yeah, I'm gonna be a hater today. Also, screw Arsenal. I'm a Spurs fan. All love, though. All love. All love. I'll give Barcelona that. They're a bunch of youth kids. They are going to be a problem. And I'm not even a Madrid fan. I'm not even a Madrid fan. I don't watch La Liga like that. If anything, I'll be more Rayo Vallecano fan. It's just because I went to see them. Oh man, I have no Champions League team. I will say this: PSG got some ballers too. I will say that though, but I'm not into the Champions League after that. Spurs is not even in no. I mean, Spurs is playing tomorrow in Norway. Europa League, baby, let's go. I'm not Real Madrid, fam. I never gave a crap about them. All right, let's get into this pack. Surprise quarterfinal glory bundle pack for $900. $900. You get a right to buy a quarterfinal for the World Cup. And you get 4 tickets for the FIFA Club World Cup. FIFA Collect presents the surprise quarterfinal glory bundles, high stakes, limited edition surprise drop that combines This bundle is your gateway to 2 of the most exciting tournaments, sure, and it's right to surprise. So what's inside here? Okay. You would get 4 Category 2 tickets to a selected FIFA Club World Cup match. 4 of the seats will be grouped for the same game, perfect for sharing the moment. Which is interesting that they added that language. I'm gonna repeat this part again. 4 Category 2 tickets to a selected Club World Cup match. Okay. 4 of the seats will be grouped for the same game, perfect for sharing the moment. So you weren't grouping the seats together? You know, for these other packs, like were you not trying to make these people or allow people to have the ability to sit together? That's either they're watching these videos right now, they're watching these reviews right now in FIFA. Thank you so much, sir. If you are watching or shadow watching, thank you. But if FIFA has been watching recently, right? One of the critiques I had of these packs is, you know, and one of the questions that has been coming up has been, hey, can people sit together? I don't know, because I'm not the one controlling these packs, but it looks like FIFA is at least trying to at least clarify that point. And so maybe they're watching these videos, fam. Like, hey, FIFA, I can't apologize for the fact people think y'all on something different. These games, can you pick or they pick for you? I think they pick for you. We're gonna get to that in a second here. So each pack contains 1 randomly assigned bundle with a unique combination of a Club World Cup match and a quarterfinal RTB, which is revealed upon purchase. Okay? Please note, the bundle contains only the Club World Cup tickets, and the right to buy for the World Cup will be received separately via an airdrop after opening the pack. Also note that the RTB is tradable in the FIFA Collect marketplace, while the tickets are not. The actual tickets will be pushed into the FIFA Tournament app following the conversion process, allowing holders to transfer them as far as the compliance with the FIFA ticketing guidelines. Okay, so what are the FIFA ticketing guidelines is going to be a very good question, but I'm assuming here that the FIFA ticketing guidelines is going to be we're not going to allow you to resell these tickets. That's going to be interesting, but I cannot confirm that at the moment because they didn't have a link towards the FIFA ticketing guidelines. So would have been great if FIFA, again, if you're watching this, FIFA, it'd be great if you kind of include a link right there for the FIFA ticketing guidelines. So that way fans know what they can and what they cannot do with these tickets. I mean, that just only makes sense, you know? TikTok, thank you for joining me here. I am live streaming on YouTube. We're reviewing the surprise quarterfinal glory bundle pack that just dropped on the FIFA Collect website. But we're also going to discuss other topics regarding the review of the on-location hospitality packages, etc., etc. So drop your questions there in the chat as well. YouTube, thank you so much, of course, for joining. Come on, you Spurs, indeed. They're explaining things slightly more now. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Carlos. They're slightly explaining these things a little bit more, which makes me think they're watching. They must be watching. One of you is a mole. One of you is not the name that is being indicated here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, one of y'all's the mole. But FIFA clearly must be seeing that they're getting either questions or they're watching this, and thus they're going ahead and actually explaining this stuff a lot more. Absolutely. Okay, so the bundle variants could be. Oh, crap. And this is where we really needed the schedule, didn't we? Oh, okay. I should have opened up the schedule because then. Yeah, right? Because it's not going to tell me the games. Shoot. Okay. Give me a second here. Club World Cup schedule. We're going to have to open up. We're going to have to open this up. We're going to have to get the images going. Sorry, folks. Gianni's in here somewhere. He must be in here somewhere because because they're not, all of a sudden they're not explaining all this stuff, just for the fun of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone must be watching for Gianni. Someone must be telling him, hey, yo, man, like, these fans are tripping. They think we're trying to, like, finesse them. So, like, we need to provide some clarity to the schedule. All right, here we go. Here's the FIFA Club World Cup match schedule. We're gonna need to go between windows in order to fully explain or fully understand what tickets we are gonna get versus which ones we're not gonna get. Okay. Hey, Pops. You mean Unk? I ain't your dad. Unk. How do I get the physical Panini Club World Cup album? Tico Trades. Go ahead, hit him up. Tico Trades, I believe it's ticotrades.com. He also has an Instagram and a TikTok. So Tico, like Costa Rica. The Tico, Tico, trades.com. Hook up my boy, Daniel, I think is his name, if I remember correctly. He's a fellow Miami person like myself. So, hey, go for it. They want to sell the Club World Cup Championship as it is. Yes. That's exactly what all of this is for, fam. Okay? They definitely want to sell the Club World Cup. That's why they're attaching these RTBs. It's the only reason why to attach these RTBs. It's because they want to sell the Club World Cup. That's not the lie. That is, FIFA's made that very explicitly clear with these bundles. We all should understand that. Okay, so what are the bundle combinations you can get here? Let me take a quick sip of water. Trader Joe's should sponsor me. I do like their sparkling water. All right. So the bundle variants are as follows. Boston, you get the right to buy for the Boston quarterfinal, and then you get 4 Category 2 tickets to Match 3 in Los Angeles. That would be PSG versus Atletico Madrid. People only go see the big teams. That's what I'm thinking. But here we go. So you might get the Boston RTB for the quarterfinal, and then you will get 4 Category 2 tickets to PSG versus Atletico Madrid in Los Angeles. Another bundle opportunity would be, or variant, I should say, not opportunity, but variant, would be you get LA 1 RTB for their quarterfinal match in the World Cup. And then you get 4 Category 2 tickets to M20 in Los Angeles. Sorry. So M20 will be PSG versus Botafogo. So you see, these 2 bundle variants will get you the Club World Cup game in LA. So that means if you live in LA, you have to think to yourself, okay, you might get the double rainbow, I guess, or the double check mark of you might get this bundle. The LA right to buy for the quarterfinal, and then you get these 4 Category 2 tickets for that Club World Cup match. But you might also end up with the Boston RTB, which then would require you to fly to Boston. Transcon. You can trade this RTB, but I'm not sure there's a lot of people going for Boston right now. Just saying. You would really need like a top tier team to be going through the Boston quarterfinal for people wanting to go ahead and purchase that. Variants would probably favor more people that live in Los Angeles. Okay? Again, you might be able to get this bundle, right? You get the 4 Category 2 tickets basically for $900. You get the RTB for LA for the quarterfinal. But then you might end up with this one, right? Which then, of course, will take you to Boston. So again, you can either get the Boston RTB or, the Boston RTB plus 4 tickets to PSG versus Atletico Madrid, or you could get the LA RTB plus M20 PSG versus Botafogo. Okay? There are two other bundles here. Okay? There are two other bundle variants here that you could get in this quarterfinal glory bundle pack. Okay? You can get the Miami quarterfinal, which I would assume is more valuable. And then 4 category 2 tickets to match 8 in Philadelphia, which would be Flamengo versus Esperit Tunis. Not the most exciting game, I will have to admit there. Okay? Or you can get a Kansas City quarterfinal, RTB, and then 4 category 2 tickets to M29, also in Philadelphia. That would be Juventus versus Wydad Athletic Club. Chat, let me know. Let me know in chat. Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts before I share mine. What do you think of these potential 4 variants that you could get? It doesn't make sense. Okay, let me know why it doesn't make sense. Go ahead. Let me know in the chat why it doesn't make sense. Should have been 2 RTBs. I agree. ¿Dónde estoy viendo estos bundles? En el sitio web de la FIFA Collect. Entonces va a ser collect.fifa.com/drops. DROPS. Okay. Let me know your comments. I'm guessing the odds are higher for people to unpack the Kansas City game. Potentially. I'll get to you, Doha, in a second. Thank you for joining. I'll get to your question in a second. Audio's going out. It might just be me. No? I still see the audio going on over here. Maybe I'm just gonna hold on to this, man. I know why people are saying audio's off. Mic is working. I don't know. I'll just see. All right, let me just hold on to this then. All right. So both Club World Cup matches suck except Atletico versus PSG. So yeah. So what it looks like, right? All right. Awesome. So what it looks like is, of these 4 bundle variants, only one is good, which is the LA quarterfinal, and then you have your 4 Club World Cup games in LA. No travel involved. You're spending $900 freaking dollars. But to have Boston with Club World Cup matches in LA makes absolutely no damn sense. You're gonna have someone to fly transcontinental from LA to Boston? You're gonna make them do that trip? Like, what the hell is this? Right? The hell is that? That makes absolutely no sense. Then this Miami RTB, which, okay, fine. Miami's going to be a much harder destination than Boston. Sorry to say Boston. But the two variants for the Philadelphia games, they stink. Those games are not good at all. Not for $900. So these RTBs are just priority for when regular tickets come out. Yes, sir. Exactly. So really, this pack, it's a 6-hour nonstop flight, LA to Boston, folks. And if you ain't flying business class, it's going to be a long plane ride. It's going to be a long-ass plane ride. Hey, thank you for the hat right there. Woo! Thank you. Óyeme. This surprise quarterfinal glory bundle, all right, travel football fan says to skip it. Skip this bundle pack. Not really worth your time or your money. For $900, there's only one variant of the 4 that makes sense. The other 3 variants do not make sense. Then you have to go into the whole trading the RTB. The 2 Philadelphia Club World Cup matches that they're offering in that bundle variant are just not worth $900. You're in Massachusetts, so I'll take them. Okay. But again, right, so this is where then that marketplace is going to come into play, right? It's like, okay, then you have to make sure that you do sell that RTB in the marketplace, or that you're able to land an RTB in the marketplace that is near to you. So, yeah, it's interesting. Okay? Not sure why some of y'all still saying the audio's cutting out. All right, I'll make sure to talk closer here, okay? Dude, I'm so confused by all of these. Euro Cup ticket was so much easier. Yes, because FIFA wants to take advantage of the supposed amount of money that exists in America, allegedly, that people want to go ahead and do that. Buy a Panini pack right now just to see what you'll get. Nah, I'm not going to do that, man. I am keeping my money. I am keeping my credit card information away from all. I'm keeping the credit card information away from the internet. Oh man. Um nah, this pack total skip. Total skip. Not worth your time. If there's something I could completely tell you for sure, skip this pack. It is not worth it is not worth $900. Okay. This Panini trophy. Oh, what happened to the Atlanta? Oh, they sold the Atlanta ones out. They sold the Atlanta knockout bundle, folks. If the Sounders make it to the final Club World Cup, are you going? Sounders, you want to hit me up with some tickets? I'm only a train ride away. I'm only a train ride away. How late you are? 25 minutes late. 26 now. What's the best pack? Well, I think the best pack just went away, Hector. I think the Atlanta one was still a good one. But of the remaining ones, there's no good packs here, in my opinion. There's not really a good pack here, at least. Let me go through some of these other pages. But yeah, I think they're all gone. Yeah, they're all gone. This is all old stuff. Yes, he sold out. I would have said the this LA one, City Knockout Glory Bundle was actually pretty solid. The Vancouver one was kind of solid. Seattle's was kind of solid. Those kind of slapped a bit better. The Mexican one was too expensive, even though apparently it got bought. But yeah, I've just recently started doing these reviews of these packs because I noticed that people were just asking way too many questions about them, and so I felt it was important to discuss these Glory Bundle packs, so that way people knew if it made financial sense for them or not. What's the worst pack? Well, I think this quarterfinal pack is up there, but definitely that other pack that you see on your screen, this one down here below, the right to the final pack, I think that is a complete trash pack because the assumption is you get the tickets to the Club World Cup and then you get an RTB for the final if the team you bought for makes the final. So you're basically betting that Argentina, which by the way apparently it's sold out for Argentina and Spain. Apparently you have to bet on the team to make sure that they make it to the final, and only then would you get the RTB for the final. So that I would say this is absolutely the worst pack. Quarterfinal one is also just as bad. Okay, let me get to some questions here on TikTok. I know I've had some folks ask me here. Which games will I be at? Probably the DC ones, the two cheap DC ones, because I'm not going to be dropping mad money on this tournament for no reason. You know, the Miami games raised the price of the M71. The others have dropped a little less than the M13. I mean, because that's on Ticketmaster, and it's all based on dynamic pricing here, so I'm not surprised by that little up and down. FIFA probably gets contracts with airline companies. Well, American Airlines is now the official sponsor for the 2026 World Cup, or at least airline sponsor. Para ti, ¿cuáles son las sedes con más demanda? Es difícil, es difícil ver esa información sin tener información o acceso a la venta, o no a la venta a la boleta. Bueno, sí con On Location, sí con, pues digamos, Absolute Sport. Pero la que sí yo he visto más con más demanda, pues sin sorpresa, el Estadio Azteca. Sin sorpresa, el Estadio Azteca. Porque entonces el Estadio Azteca, como tiene el partido inaugural, o sea, va a ser la boleta más esperada de un mundial. Hasta más esperada, digamos, que en una de estas finales. La del Estadio Azteca. I already said Inter Milan, not Inter Miami today too. We gotta make that remontada versus Vancouver, damn it. Pero Inter Milan tonight over PSG, over Barcelona. So yeah. You said that was the only one that made sense. Yeah, and it sold out. So the Atlanta one was the one that maybe made sense. I think there was a couple of their knockout city ones that made sense. Doha, you were asking about Al Hilal and their schedule. So Al Hilal is gonna be, where are you at? Okay, so first game is in Miami versus Real Madrid, June 18. Then it's gonna be June 22nd in DC versus Salzburg, which the prices were like over $100, which made no sense because Neymar's not even there anymore. And then the last game is Al Hilal versus Pachuca, June 26th in Nashville. Oh, you got the good pack? All right, dale. You bought a package? I didn't buy a hospitality package, folks, with On Location. I didn't buy one. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. I wanted to do one game in hospitality. I don't want to do these 4-game hospitality packages. I just really don't. So yeah. To bring World Cup to everyday life, people, FIFA needs to think about how crazy and convenient it is for people. Yeah? Yeah? I agree, Frank. I mean, these ticket prices are so insane because they keep thinking that American sports fans have all this money to drop for, the Club World Cup and then the World Cup next summer, and it's like no, like you are completely missing the mark here, FIFA. They don't have all this money, so yeah. Can we? Are these quarterfinal bundles worth buying? No, Omar. No, skip it. Complete skip. It's not really worth it. Can we still get tickets? I just got FIFA, but forgot. I mean, the tickets have not officially gone on sale yet. Regular tickets. What they're selling right now is hospitality packages through on location, but you gotta get your hotel with us as well, and you get game day transportation. Okay. Yeah. So those are the only tickets that on sale, and then you get these glory bundles, which you can get the right to buy the ticket later on. For RTB tickets, can you buy whichever category? No, it's probably going to be category 3 because these RTBs are valued by FIFA to be worth 0.00005 cents. So they're worth less than 1 penny. So no, it's probably going to be category 3. Man, I've spent like $100 on FIFA Collect and it's almost impossible to complete a set or hit a right to buy. But there you go. So I've heard some people say they've had luck with these packs. But only soccer cards. I'm sorry that's been the case for you, brother. I'm sorry. I imagine the ultra rich from Argentina, Spain are the ones sniping that up. I mean, but it's wild. This pack of the right to the final, is so wild because you're betting that your team is going to make the final. That's what you're betting on. I'm gonna drop $1,500 and bet that Argentina makes the final, and I'll have the ability to buy the World Cup final ticket on top of that. That's why this pack definitely made no sense. Okay. What I don't go to the Coca Cola so I have the RTV. Probably not, because now they're adding those FIFA ticketing guidelines, and the FIFA ticketing guidelines, which were present in the pack in the regular pack and super pack for the Club World Cup that they did in a separate page, it said you had to go to these Club World Cup games. The whole point here, folks, is that FIFA wants to be able to prove that people wanted to go to these Club World Cup games. So they want people to go to the game. Okay? So that way they can show it on TV. Oh, look at all these fans. They're here for the Club World Cup. Bullshit. They're doing that for the TV. Probably a lot of these people are going to be these people buying these, packs that they have to go to this game because then they get to keep that RTB for the World Cup tickets. So that's why you're probably going to still be required to go to these Club World Cup games because they want the visual of this Club World Cup being successful. That's just the reality of it. Okay? So yeah. Wonder why they haven't come out with a lot of Mexico packs considering all the drops are mostly US based. Yes, but they also recognize that a lot of people want to go to the Mexico ones, so they rather keep those Mexico tickets a little bit more high demand. There was a Mexico City Knockout Glory Bundle pack, but it was worth $1,500, which I thought it maybe made sense because they had 2 Mexico City Knockout games, which could have been potential Mexico home games. But then you had to go to Cincinnati and to Nashville or Cincinnati or Charlotte for Club World Cup matches. So it kind of maybe made sense to certain people. And then I did see that there was a Guadalajara pack a couple weeks ago. So yeah, so they're barely dropping the Mexico ones. What I haven't really seen is Vancouver. They did just drop the other day. I've not seen anything for Toronto. So that's been interesting. So you're saying just wait for the tickets to come on. Basically, we're picking it by saying just gotta hope your team plays there. Well, that'll be the first round, and then eventually there will be a round where you then get to buy tickets based on where your team is going to be on a first come first serve basis. Okay. In the application process in the first round, you could indicate that you want to follow your team or get tickets to that team. So then hopefully your application will be approved for that. And then once the Club World Cup draw, once the World Cup draw happens in December, then you will get the tickets to your team that you want to follow. Since you're interested in buying just one hospitality ticket, which package would you go for? If they start selling individual ticket hospitality, I will skip the pavilion because I want a more elevated experience than a pavilion. I don't want to just be chilling with some tents outside. Okay. I definitely want a more elevated experience. So I would probably go for either like the Champions Club or the VIP. You know, I want to have a nice time. I want to have a nice damn time, fam. I want to look ballerific a little bit. Rest of the games, yeah, I couldn't build up. But hey, I gotta brush some shoulders with some folks. So yeah, that's what I probably aim for. Not pavilion, not the cheapest one, but not. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to do a private suite myself, unless all of a sudden I make some rich friends or something. Whew. Yeah, you have to go. Damn, you have to go. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, because the whole point is, again, FIFA is wanting to sell out the Club World Cup and show that people wanted to go to these games, but it's a farce. Is Miami an expensive place? Yes, hands down. Instead of going to the Club World Cup, I'm thinking of going to Copa Libertadores final, Peru or Sudamericana. Much better experience in my opinion. Dale, Frank. And also with Absolute Sport, they do sell travel packages to both La Libertadores y La Sudamericana. So Frank, if you want to book your own travel on your own, go for it. That's always going to be the best option, more or less. But if you want a travel package that they take care of some of the travel arrangements for you and your tickets, hit me up afterwards. I can connect with the folks at Absolute Sport. Where can I purchase World Cup tickets? So that's either going to be in September through FIFA, FIFA.com/tickets in September, or you can purchase the hospitality through On Location, or you can purchase travel packages with me through Absolute Sport for the World Cup. Those are like your three current options right now. Okay. Have you ever visited Guadalajara before? No, I have not visited Guadalajara before, so I need to find some hotel recommendations there. Myself, I would have to go to Guadalajara myself. Okay. Good questions, folks. Are the packs worth like the seats that it comes with? Como así? Are the pack worth like the seats that it comes with? No, I don't think so, but you might need a clarified question. When you mean you have to go, you have to physically go. Yes, Omar, because what FIFA wants to do is ensure that people go. They want butts and seats. So when they show these games on TV, no se ve el estadio a mitades. Ya salen aplicaciones para mundial. No, señor. Salen en septiembre. What do the packs come with? I just explained that. So if you want to check out Victor, if you want to check out the live afterwards, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And this live will be available to you at that point. Okay? With the surprise pack, you get the RTB for the semifinal World Cup. This is for the quarterfinal. The semifinal, I think, was yesterday, and I don't see those packs available. So, yeah. Okay? Dale, Victor. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, folks. If you're not following me on Instagram or TikTok, make sure you follow me right now. Follow me right now. Tap the screen in front of you to increase the likes. Let's get these likes up a bit more. All right, it's a little bit low. And go ahead and share the lives as well, TikTok and Instagram. All right, go ahead and do that. All right? And, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember, I am partners with Absolute Sport. We are selling travel packages for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which will include your ticket to the game. It will include our hotel accommodations, and it will include game day transportation to and from the hotel to the stadium, breakfast at the hotel. If you're interested in these packages to follow your team, or for the inaugural game, or for the final, or for the semifinal and final, please DM me afterwards, either through TikTok or Instagram. I will send you the information for those packages. Again, partners with Absolute Sport. They are the official travel partner with CONMEBOL, and they partner with FIFA, so that's how they have access to those tickets and then thus be able to sell these travel packages. All right, thank you. All right, so for tickets on the first round of September, it's a lottery system, and FIFA has to approve it. Basically, we haven't had full confirmation or full details as to how exactly that process is going to look like, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Okay. But that's how it was done in the Qatar World Cup. Who picks the hotel, us or your company? They would have a list of hotels that that they offer, either 3-star or 4-star hotels. So there is a list of hotels that would be available for you. Okay, if you have like a specific preference, if you want to build your loyalty status, for example, you want to stay only at Marriott's. I think they do have, based on the city itself, of course. They would have those options for you. So they do have at least like 2 or 3 hotel options per star rating, right? So kind of either 3-star or 4-star hotels. Good question. All right. How about this? Since we're pretty much done reviewing this pack, because this pack is complete trash, let's quickly take a look at the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Maybe I'll do more of a dedicated live for Gold Cup tomorrow. But I think I wanted to get some thoughts out for the Gold Cup out of the way, because what I noticed was the way that these games are organized for the Gold Cup. They're really, really, really weird to me, in my opinion. Um, yes, Mexico starts the inaugural match of this tournament at SoFi. That makes kind of sense. But then the U.S. is starting at PayPal Park in San Jose. I thought wouldn't have made more sense for the U.S. to stay on the east side with Minneapolis, St. Louis, and then down to like Austin or something, or Dallas. I feel like that would have made more sense. But they're starting over here in San Jose. And then you just have a bunch of these double headers. PayPal Park, El Salvador versus Curacao. Okay, maybe that makes sense. BC is only hosting one game. I thought that was weird. That seemed weird. That is a good idea for CONCACAF because none of these games are going to sell out in these big stadiums, right? Q2 Stadium, PayPal Park, Shell Energy Stadium. I mean, that makes sense. But again, why isn't Canada playing more games than BC plays? That doesn't make sense to me. I think that was the one thing that stood out to me is that lack of games in Canada. It's only one game in BC plays. So to me, that made no sense. Okay. Then you got the quarterfinals, either Glendale or Minneapolis, which, again, most of these games are in Texas. You're going to now make them go to either Texas or California, right? You're going to make them then go to Arizona, which makes sense if you're in California. But then if you're in Texas, you're going to send them up to Minneapolis. That to me didn't make too much sense. Okay? Then the semifinals are either St. Louis or Santa Clara, which, again, to me, that doesn't make any sense because then the final is in Houston. So we're just ping-ponging around here, right, with this Gold Cup, okay? And definitely, this tournament is not one where you want to follow your team. You do not want to follow your team for the Gold Cup. I mean, I get it, for those of you that are not going to make the World Cup, like maybe Curacao, sure, follow your team. Knock yourself out, have the trip around the States. Pero like for like Mexico, por ejemplo, mi mexicano, mira, hermanos, mejor guárdate el dinero, ahora para esta boleta, para los partidos de México, o va a comprar un paquete conmigo, con Absolute Sport o como sea, pero ahora el dinero. Because there ain't no point to travel ping pong, ping pong, ping pong like that. USA fans, same thing, USA fans. Don't follow USA. Because you're going to be spending a lot of money. You're jumping way, like ping ponging back and forth between either Texas, California, Vegas, the one game in Vancouver. Yeah, you're basically California, Texas. Don't matter if your team has a chance at the World Cup or not, but it's just going to be too much money to be going between Texas and California all the time. About 2 tickets for Mexico, Costa Rica, Vegas. $100 a ticket in the 200 section. Not bad, but a lot of empty seats. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of empty seats for now because not everyone's paying attention to this tournament right now, For sure. Peru not making it, fam. I don't think Peru makes it. Eve, you can book a consultation with me if you want to have more questions about your travel plans for the World Cup. My consultation is available. My consultation link available on my website, travelfootballfan.com. Again, those consultations are more if you're wanting to build your own trip. You want to use your travel points and miles. You want to have a money and travel strategy for your for your World Cup travels. You can go ahead and book that through the consultations there. If you don't like travel planning at all, Absolute Sport Travel Packages, email me for that information. So yeah, okay. I know not everyone loves travel planning. I love travel planning. It's a favorite hobby of mine. But I know not a lot of people like planning their travels. For anything really, World Cup or just anything, anywhere in particular. So yeah, all right, folks. What other questions do we have? FIFA Collect drop was kind of anticlimactic. It is a terrible pack. I don't know why 57 people have claimed said pack. I don't know why they have claimed said pack, but it is what it is. People, I don't know. I feel like people are just spending money for the sake of spending money. And they're not really thinking about, hey, is this me spending this amount of money gonna get me to my goals of being able to purchase tickets? And again, not only just purchase tickets, fam. It's about your hotel. It's about your flights. It's about all the other expenses that are gonna come with this type of travel. What about Premier League teams that are coming? Are you interested in that or no? Not really. I'm not really interested in the in the summer series. Because again, it's kind of like the same thing with the Club World Cup. They're just mostly gonna bring or mostly gonna play their B and C squads. I mean, you might get to see your favorite player play for like maybe 10, 15 minutes. Why not just instead build yourself a travel plan that gets you travel points and miles? You get to fly business class to London or Liverpool or Manchester and just watch your favorite team there. Probably still at slightly cheaper than those over here, right? When they come here in the summer. So Mexico packages haven't dropped for what, Victor? Can you be specific? What Mexico packages? Can you be specific on that, please? So now I can answer correctly. Thank you. Do you honestly think those are real claims? In what respect there, Sergio? If you can clarify. For the opening game. Um, so Mexico packages through On Location for hospitality, they're not on sale right now. In part because I know I just saw an article today about how like in the folks that own the suites at Estadio Azteca, apparently they're having a fight with FIFA to see like how they're gonna get pretty much compensated for having to give up those seats and sell them. So I think there's a fight over that. But so On Location is so they're not selling those right now. Absolute Sport, we are selling travel packages for the inaugural game. But again, that includes your ticket, your hotel, and your game day transportation. So there, you could buy with us, and you would have tickets for the opening game. Correct. You would be able to do that. Where would I find my art to buy if I buy a pack, if I did get one? You would have to follow the instructions that are available on the pack, okay, at the time of purchase, okay? I believe it says there, if when you click on any one of these packs, we'll just click on the one for today for the surprise quarterfinal pack. It does say the right to buy for the FIFA World Cup 2026 will be received separately via an airdrop after opening the pack. So that's at least the instructions that are provided there on the site regarding the RTBs. And remember, you can purchase the RTBs directly as well. If you go here on the marketplace, if you click on marketplace here, there's a little button here that says show RTB only. And then that is really just one other way that you could go ahead and purchase the right to buys if you're just strictly looking for right to buys for the World Cup itself. So as soon as this page loads, we'll see what they're offering. Here you go. Right to buy match 97 at Boston. They got one for New York, for LA. So they got various different ones, but of course they're gonna be priced differently. So you have to make the math of, is it worth it for me to purchase these RTBs instead of saving the money, or do I go for travel package, or do I go hospitality? You have to make the math for yourself in that regard. When people purchase the packs, do you think when FIFA shows who have claimed they're real, that they're real 55 seems too unrealistic? Okay. So I understand the question. So the question that's being asked on YouTube is in regards to this. So that when you go to the drops, right? Let's go to the surprise quarterfinal bundle, and you come down here. Apparently, it says that there are 57 owned of these. It says 0 burned. I'm not, I know you have to burn these, but it says here 58 claimed. Who knows? I'm not the one. I obviously don't have access to their back data, so I don't know if this is them, deliberately misleading people into saying, yeah, 57 people bought this pack. Go buy this pack now, right? It could be misleading. We don't know, and I think we will never know if people have indeed bought these packs or not. Buying from the marketplace is easy, but you must pay with crypto. Thank you. That's the other, Brenda. Thank you for reminding me. That is true. If you're going to buy these RTBs through the marketplace, you do have to buy them in crypto, which kind of adds more to this. I'm not going to say it's fully sketch, okay? But if you're not familiar, you're not used to using crypto like I am, like I don't have nothing in crypto, it does kind of feel kind of sketch, right? Feels. I'm not saying it is, all right, FIFA, just in case y'all watching. I'm not accusing y'all being sketch or anything. I'm just saying it feels sketch that you have to use crypto. Okay? So, yeah, we won't ever know. I think that's going to be one of the great mysteries of this World Cup. That who knows if journalists or people like myself are going to be able to ever find out whether or not those supposed claimed, right? Yeah, 58 people claimed this pack. I don't know. I don't know. I came here to say what's up. Hey, a bit with McCollum Bell rough for that match. But real talk, keep doing God's work. Dale, dale, dale. It's all good, bro. It's all good. All right. Well, folks, that's really all I have for today. Honestly, again, this review of this pack was kind of anticlimactic. I talked a little bit about the Gold Cup as well, so maybe let's just end it here. Happy to answer rapid fire questions next 3 minutes. We'll end it at 55 minutes. But again, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, if you're not following me on my socials, please follow me on my socials. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember, I also do have a newsletter that's totally free. You get additional travel and World Cup stories that I don't talk about there. So go ahead and subscribe to my newsletter via my website, travelfootballfan.com. You can also go ahead and book a consultation with me in case you want to plan your own travel for 2026. Go ahead and book it there. It's only for $40. However, if you just can't deal with booking your travel, you just get stressed out about it so much, or you're just stressed out about this ticket buying process for 2026, feel free to DM me. And I will connect you with information regarding our travel packages with Absolute Sport, which will get you the ticket to the game, hotels for pretty much 3 nights at 3-night intervals, game day transportation, and other additional items. So you can email me or DM me on my socials for information on those travel packages. Other than that, folks, happy to answer questions last 2 minutes before I wrap this up. And good luck to all the teams playing today. I mean, I have no beef against Barcelona, or I just want Inter. I want Inter PSG. I want a different flavor for the Champions League. How do you get a refund for the hospitality deposit? You have to go through the FAQ and contact guest services. You have to contact guest services for refunds of those hospitality packages deposits, which I probably might be doing one. Unless I just decide to hold out and wait and see how much the hospitality tickets are going to cost on an individual game basis. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah. Okay. 1 minute left, folks. 1 minute left. I'm willing to answer any additional questions. I'm going to go ahead and close down Instagram. Thank you so much for joining me. Instagram, appreciate you. Go ahead and have yourselves a nice day. All right. Instagram is done. I just like kind of doing kind of phased out endings for these things. So yeah. Final questions, YouTube, TikTok, anything else? Nope. All right, I'm going to end TikTok right here now as well. Thank you so much, Tickety Talk. Appreciate you. All right. And YouTube, anything else? Going once, going twice. Okay, YouTube, thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate y'all.